didn't time that right at all, Mr. Pineapples.
I didn't do it on purpose. I was like, oh man, I really want to.
I was like, oh wait, he's not trying to eat that pickle right before the thing's over because it's pretty close.
It was just calling my name. It was right there.
It was right there, and
dude.
yeah.
That's really good.
Well, hello everyone. Sorry about the side track to the pickle comment. But it was kind of obvious there. We had to bring that up. So, crap. I'm trying to change my
Why
angle
aren't your camera
here.
falling?
So if you'll notice,
mine better not fall down.
You'll notice this is a 1080p signal because I went and got a 1080p camera now.
It's always been a 1080p signal.
I know, but I've only had a 720p camera on my thing.
Well, that's enough about that.
Okay. Oh, great.
Oh, I can tell the difference. Sandy needs a 1080p camera now.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my camera?
Yeah.
What's up, John Harville?
Oh, we got comments coming in already?
Harville?
We didn't lose John. Yay.
I know. We were wondering how many people were going to lose because we started late. But it's
a
Monday.
I thought you meant just because of the New Year. How many people cleaned out their
had New Year's resolutions not to listen to the T-Sud show?
Basically.
Right, exactly.
Like I literally just walked in. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Are you breathing heavily too, Sandy?
Yes. How's PJ?
PTL Sandy is here.
Praise the Lord. I saw the
I was like, what does PTL mean?
Jamie, you okay over there? We'll just watch Jamie for a minute.
Yeah, let's just watch him.
Everybody just watched Jamie.
Something just cracked him up.
Hey, Momager.
I loved seeing her pics from their cruise. They went on a cruise with the Gabs.
She had nice weather.
Yeah.
My hair's crazy.
Did you get the chuckles? He still got the chuckles.
Chuckles still has the chuckles. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you whenever you're ready.
Right.
Oh man, that was just funny to me. It was one of those inside things, Y'all didn't hear it when she came.
No, I heard you. I'm just ignoring you.
Okay.
I heard you perfect, loud and clear.
She said she heard me perfect. Anyhow, so let me tell you what I got a Christmas gift that was amazing, and I was like, whoa. So I had been using it. I didn't open it until this past Friday though, or Thursday, whatever. Anyway, Thursday. And I cannot stop using it every day. In fact, I'm playing and doing other stuff, and then I look over there, I'm like, I need to use it. And so I grabbed it right before the show, and I was like, one more time. Anyway, I am out there on the living room floor looking a fool because I got Oculus Quest 2 virtual reality set. We bought Beat Saber, and I am in the living room waving my hands like I'm a freaking magician doing crack. And but I'm loving it, man. It is. You get sweating, and I've gotten up to the hard level, and hands are waving, and I don't just stand there, so I'm like moving and dancing all around the carpet, and I'm like.
I watched a TikTok where a guy punched his dog because of his Oculus.
You got to be careful because if you get a little square or area, if you go outside of that area, you're not sure what's gonna happen. So you get to define it, but still, you get lost in the game. So it's but. If you are on the, you know what I mean, like teetering, should I get it? Should I not? Is it more video game-ish? I thought it would be more video game-ish. It is definitely more workout-ish.
Eric wanted that, but I'd rather him have a kitchen gadget so he can make food for us.
Fair enough. I'm okay with that too, though. I also tell Joe, Sandy and I were having a conversation, Joe, and we were talking about the gifts that you got your employees, right?
Yes.
So I was telling Sandy, I was like, oh yeah, he did, this, he got them this. And I mean,
right.
And so she was like, oh, I got Eric this thing. And I was all like, yeah. And I was like, well, these are pretty good, actually. They're always showing up on this show. And so she was like, who makes that, Eric? And come to find out, she ended up buying one of the same brand that you got for your employees. She bought the same brand.
That meant nothing to me. I was
just
cool. Give me the best that you have. This is
right.
what I'm looking for. And then that's what they gave me, but I had no idea what it was.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
So
my employees told me, one of them said that he already almost cut his finger off because they were so sharp.
You need to be careful.
Oh, my God.
I was like, yeah, and I got him a nice cutting board with it, and he was like, he said it's too nice. I don't want to cut on it.
I get it, man.
I was like, that's the reason
That's
that I
what
got
it's
it
used
for
for,
you.
though. That's what it's used for.
Because if you would have got him like a not so nice one, he'd like, why didn't you give me a nicer one, bro?
Right, exactly.
Freaking
exactly.
guy. He can't be happy if you do or don't.
So Mama just says Jaden came home with a sunburn to snow.
Right.
Is that awful?
That's horrible.
Pineapples must have had some pineapple edibles.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
And then John
live
says
in
his
Illinois.
high score on the gun game is 5740.
What's the gun game you're talking about?
Yeah, there's a couple
Duck
of good
Hunt.
games.
Is there Duck Hunt on VR?
Yeah.
Dude. Wait, how do you know? You don't even have it, Cindy.
Okay. I don't.
So I will tell you, I played Beat Saber. I like the Beat Saber. But my guys actually brought, that I work with, they brought his to the office one time, and it was a spaceship game, and I had a migraine for the next 2 days after playing that game. I was like, I almost wanted to puke when I was playing it.
Dude.
So I can't handle the movement on. So I could do Beat Saber because you're not really moving that much. But any game where I'm flying and having a because you can look up this way and see this, and it was I had a humongous headache. There's no way. So now I don't even want to play on jets because I'm just like, ugh. That feeling was terrible.
Really?
Dude, terrible.
That's so crazy.
Look, so you remember when we used to play Halo in the garage and even in your room? That room?
Watch band.
Remember
Yeah.
at the beginning, that's all I could do too. I could play Halo for like 15 minutes.
Right.
And then I would have to be like,
Right.
okay, I'm tapping out for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Headache, everything you're talking about.
Yeah, the motion blur and the unfamiliarity of the maps. Once you get familiar with the maps and where everything's at, then it's not a problem. But whenever we were first starting out, or even like the first 30 minutes into any game, it took me a while. Like I remember on the garage days of Halo, I would take a couple of aspirin before playing because I knew I was going to get a headache from all that stuff. So it was
Holy
crazy.
shnikes.
So I've heard if you get fans to,
Like
fans around you,
OnlyFans?
when you do that,
I
it'll
just
help.
sneak that in every show.
It'll help because it'll help with the idea that you're moving through 3D space. And,
Oh,
and
okay.
the fan actually, it cools you down. So just FYI.
So John says his son has the Oculus and he let him try it out. And Momager has a message. She said, Jamie, I took Gab's tamales and cookies and I play with no problem. So yes, you can take food.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mama. So okay.
Hey, Sean,
What's
how
up, John?
are you?
Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everyone! By the way, Happy
Happy
New Year,
New
Merry
Year. Oh
Christmas.
my
And
gosh.
Merry Christmas and all that fun stuff.
So we planned to come on the week before Christmas, all three of us, but some of us got a little hammered down. Oh, I felt so bad for you, wherever you are. Anyway, so then we kind of then holidays go on and stuff. So anyway, like my niece, she was supposed to come back today, and she didn't because they canceled her flights like 2-3 in a row. So then anyway, she ends up having, and we were going back and forth because I was like, I looked online, I was like, everything, it just limits you taking stuff on the plane that's in liquid. You can't be more than 3.3 or 3.4 ounces liquid, but everything else is fine.
What'd you want? Chili cheese?
Wiener schnitzel. Because Whataburger I would love, but you know what I mean? The idea of reheating a Whataburger with the vegetables, I was like,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
a chili
yeah.
cheese dog, you can reheat the whole bad boy and it's okay. And I've had them, so I told
You
her
can
bring
put
me
it
some.
like in an air fryer and reheat it. It's supposed to be like great.
I'll try it as soon as she gets here. So we went back and forth, and at the end, I was like, "No, don't get it," because people were telling me no, including you.
That
Cindy.
was
but
me.
Then, but like Momager was just saying, and a couple other people who were telling me that they had just traveled from Texas too, and they were like, "You can take food on the plane." And so I was like,
What? That is crazy.
I digress. She ended up getting her plane rescheduled to Friday instead of it's the earliest flight she could get
When
lot
does
of
she have
cancellations.
class?
next Monday.
Oh,
And I told her, I was like, is there no way you can come earlier? Because you got to get books, you got to pay this stuff. And I mean, you got to get familiar with what's going on. And it's freaking cold up here. The snow's still on the ground.
Yeah.
We're at 15 degrees today.
Like cold,
So-
cold.
and then
And-
Lubbock's like, what snow?
Yeah.
Like a
and the
week.
cold doesn't stop the Illinois people.
Oh,
cold,
yeah.
cold stops Lubbock. People like we're just like, we're done.
Cold, we're just like, okay.
Yeah, we
We're
clean out
shutting
the
it
grocery
down.
stores. We clean out the grocery stores. We
Yeah,
cancel
see.
everything. So
Milk
yeah,
sandwiches.
I mean, the kids will be sitting out there in the freezing cold until the bus gets there. And the bus ain't got no heater.
yeah,
They'll get on go. They'll get
yep. Unbelievable.
So anyway,
So
working out on the VR is fun. I'm just gonna let
CPJ
you
says,
know.
get Beyonce fans and blow your hair so it will
Yeah. If my hair moves, then there's something wrong.
You got problems.
Right? There's something wrong if my hair moves.
So where were you? Never mind. I won't ask that. I
Mom
don't want
just
to
says she has insulated cooler bag.
Okay.
Mama
See, and I
he
told my
sounded
niece,
like a
I'll
little
just-
cartel.
She's like, you want
What
to
you
try
slinging?
some
You
of
slinging
this?
some chili cheese
How
dogs?
about
Yeah.
some of this?
She offered it to everybody.
What was that? Jay? Was it just...
There was something
It's the
loud bang
Oculus.
upstairs.
I thought the Oculus was still
I
good.
told my kids, I was like, no one, y'all aren't allowed on this unless you ask me every time, and your friends definitely not allowed.
We
You're
need
gonna have
Okay.
no little ankle biters coming
I'm
in.
sure they're
breaking
going to
my
listen
stuff.
to that because, you know, if they touch your baked goods, they're definitely touching your...
So my sister-in-law and my in-laws, they got me that, and they got me two. I got the Oculus Quest and the Oculus Go.
Oh, wow.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Oh,
They
Only
great.
saying
like
on
you
the
that
Quest,
much?
I mean, I'm
That's
pretty
because
likable.
that's a pretty penny.
It is a pretty pity.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that part. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean it like that, but anyway, it's pretty exciting. How did y'all's holidays fare? As far as
Great.
everything else.
Go ahead, Sandy.
So I had a fantastic Christmas. I had asked Joe for some recommendations. I was kind of teetering on what I wanted for Christmas,
Mhm.
and so
You asked in the 11th hour, huh?
the what?
You asked in the 11th hour for your Christmas gift.
No, I
No.
didn't.
Oh, okay.
What would be the 11th hour? Let me calculate.
Kind of like the week of Christmas.
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh,
So anyway, I don't know if y'all ever pay attention to my pictures. Y'all may not. There's more than just selfies. I really love landscape stuff, and I love to get a picture of the sun. Right, Joe? Right, Joe?
Yes.
I love it when people steal my photos. Joe loves it too. Joe finds it hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, that's my favorite thing. Oh, really?
But anyway,
although technically speaking, you've had more of your photos stolen than Joe has.
Yes,
Good point.
actually, yes.
that's
true.
That's a
So-
true statement right there.
Equate that as you may, but
So anyway, for Christmas, I got a new camera, and
Woo!
so I am super excited. I actually spent an entire day in bed editing old photos.
wow.
And so, of course, I'm so sorry, Joe. I was just like such a nerd, and I could not stop texting Joe and say, "Hey, Joe, look at this, look at this." But Joe was gracious enough to critique my photos, and
Right.
so
Yeah,
Anyway.
she did well. And that second group of photos that you sent me just recently, those were
Uh-huh.
awesome. Those were all yours?
those are all mine. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
all.
I was
yeah.
like, these are pretty amazing.
Those are my London
Mhm.
photos. Those were London. Those were San Francisco. One of them was actually in Preston, in my old neighborhood, and one was Lake LBJ. But yeah, and South Dakota when we were at Mount Rushmore. So yeah, those were all my photos.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Sandy, these are amazing. Really
Well,
good.
at first I was like, is he joking? Is he like trying to be nice to me? Is he being nice to my little heart?
No, I was like, wow. I was like, wait, these are all places that you've been. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is crazy.
Those
they
were
were
all
real.
phone photos.
I was like, these are phone photos? I was
Yeah.
like, I'm jealous of your phone.
Yeah, no, those have been phone photos. And so anyway, I sent a couple to Jamie. I wanted to share those with Jamie too. And anyway, so I got great feedback from you guys. Okay, so this is my London photo that I like absolutely love.
It's pretty great, actually.
We were in the circle when I was taking these pictures, so I have a couple of those shots. But anyway, I don't have I guess I had modified it already on my phone, so it's only like 500 and something kilobytes, which
Oh, so it's okay, yeah.
so it's super tiny, but I can't find my original to this one, so I was super sad. But anyway, so I have this one.
So, Sandy, let me tell you, let me give you a little critique about this image.
Okay.
I love it because what a lot of people do when they start taking landscapes is they put that horizon like right in the middle of the picture, and that's a big no-no. You have it here on the top 2/3 there, so it looks really clean. You definitely have like our focus right here is that Buckingham Palace or whatever
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
Buckingham
wanted
Palace.
Big Ben, but Big Ben's under construction, so you really can't.
Okay, right there. Yeah. So so you definitely have like a point of structure, and then you have the river there, just kind of giving our eye, kind of moving it along the picture and stuff like that. Like I thought this is perfect. Like it'd be a great stock photo. So if you wanted to like make money, there's a website where you can actually put your photos on and
Oh,
make
really?
money from stock photos. Yeah. So
Oh, how
if you're
cool.
looking
Let
for
me
a
tell
way
you,
to
my favorite part of this though is the red bus
Yes,
down here.
that's mine too,
It's
Jamie.
the
The
only
red
red
bus.
color in the whole picture. So that
Right,
for me,
yeah.
at least, Joe, my attention
No.
immediately goes to the
Yeah,
red
absolutely.
bus.
So your eye goes down to there, and then it
And it's
goes up the road, and then goes around, and you have a good like this is a really good picture there.
Like seriously, I'm gonna cry because I'm like I have loved this photo, and then whenever I got that editing software, I was like, surely because basically the original picture is it's so gloomy. It's so gloomy. It's just kind of like rainy almost.
Right.
And so then I started editing, and I'm like, oh my god, like I love this photo even more.
I
Right.
know how you feel.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's the
that
way
re-
edits
it's
should
the,
be. Like
and
they
it's
should
iconic.
be. Yeah, they
Iconic.
should bring you. It should enhance your photo, not fix bad habits. So that's a great photo.
Thank
Like,
you.
I wish that you could get it printed, and wish it was bigger so you could get it printed because I think it could be sold.
So-
The red bus really.
Yes, and so I have one almost close to this, but the red bust isn't in it, and the other one is like the same is the regular is the good size, but the red bust is not in it, so it makes me sad.
Right.
But
No,
yeah.
that red bus is you got to keep the red bus because
Yeah.
it
That's
definitely.
definitely one of the. This is one of the less is more scenarios.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, so it's fabulous. So yeah, and
Thank
there were a
you.
bunch of them that I was like, wow, this is really good, Sid.
And
I think you
So
took
here's the
my
other one.
you took my my
Your
advice
cropping.
about the cropping and see
Yes.
how the cropping made it.
Oh yes, totally. And so this is the flower. You guessed it, from Alaska. I knew y'all were gonna guess it. And I absolutely love this little flower. You know what? I take that back. This is a San Francisco flower. I take that back. San Francisco flower.
Okay. San Francisco
So-
flower.
But yeah, I was actually running around the bay, and they have such beautiful flowers. They're just out in the wild, and so that was one of them. And I just absolutely love it. It's almost like a poppy, except that it's yellow in the middle instead of black.
Right.
I think that's why it called my attention. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think in your editing software you punched up the colors too. It
yeah,
was probably
yeah. So
So-
it was like it was a very, oh gosh. So it's like I'll have to send you the original so you can look at it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm totally loving all the edits, and because I told Eric, I'm like, oh my gosh, now that I have a camera, I'm gonna have to go back to all of our places that we traveled to
Right,
to get all my
exactly.
pictures.
Yeah, it makes me so angry because like we went to the Grand Canyon before I was a full-time photographer, and so I just like want to go back so bad. We went to the North Rim, but the South Rim is where everybody gets a lot of those amazing shots. So I'm like, I want to go back so bad. But
you know what? Now that you say that, in my second batch that I sent you, I sent you one of the Grand Canyon at Yellowstone, and that Grand Canyon at Yellowstone is amazing. And you can share them. I mean, I'm not.
let me see if I can find it.
See if
here,
you
'cause
can
I
find
think
the
I
link.
still have it.
But anyway, so we actually went out to Memphis to the Liberty Bowl. We went to the bowl game, Texas Tech and Mississippi. And
State.
so
Mississippi State.
and we
Yeah.
had a great time. We had so much history. We actually stumbled on the Lorraine Hotel, which we had gone to go.
Wow.
I sent you a picture of that, Jamie.
We did.
Yeah. We'd actually gone to go find this barbecue place, and we stumbled, and on our way back we're like, wait a second, that's history right there. Went over there, took some pictures at the Lorraine Hotel, and anyway, we went to Graceland. Graceland was great, but my favorite part was Sun Records, where Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, all the greats recorded there. Oh my gosh. I seriously, I have a video. I can't share it with you guys, but I mean, not live, but I have this video. I want y'all to watch it. I seriously almost cried. I told Eric, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. I was so emotional with the guy explaining the history and talking about Johnny Cash's sound and how Johnny Cash came to their studio to record. I
Wow.
mean, just phenomenal. We got to touch a freaking microphone. It's in my on my Sandy Talk sheet page that Johnny Cash, that all the greats have sang on. Oh, it's just phenomenal. If you guys are ever in Memphis, please go to Sun Records. I mean, if you're into sort of, into that stuff, but man, it was so amazing. Memphis, we had a great time in Memphis.
Wow. And Graceland was huge. It looked like huge.
Oh, so Graceland was huge. So there was like, of course, so there's like the commercialized part of it. You take a bus and you go over to his house. And so you tour his house and stuff. You don't get to go up to the room where he died. So like, I'm not up to a lot of my facts on Elvis Presley, but I learned a few things. And so I'm going to do a spoiler alert. One, he was a twin. I did not know he was a twin. His twin
I didn't know that either.
Died at birth. Jesse Garen Presley. But I don't think he died at birth. Okay. And here's why. Because I'm a conspiracy theorist. Let me put my tinfoil hat on for just a minute. So back in that era, when they were born, there was a whole scheme of things where this doctor would tell people your baby died and was selling it out the back door. And so I'm like, what if that happened to Jesse? Because there's a guy in an insane asylum right now who swears up and down that he's Elvis Presley, and they've matched his DNA to Elvis's and his parents, and it matches. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, this Adam Kimberly Hatley is asking, didn't Elvis die on the toilet? He did die on the toilet. He'd been constipated for about a month. Okay. And he died at 42. And that shook me because I swear I thought he was older than that. And he wasn't.
Know why? Because you come from a different universe.
Yeah, I know. And then the next thing, oh shoot, I object. Oh, okay. So Uncle Jesse from Full House, he was a huge, Elvis fan. So Uncle Jesse gets the name from the twin that passed away in honor to him. Does that make sense?
Oh.
Yep.
So that's where Uncle Jesse got his name from. Huh?
What was the twin's name again?
Jesse Garen Presley.
Okay.
Wow.
And also his grandson who committed suicide in 2020 is buried at the in Graceland along with the Elvis and his parents.
Wow.
Wow.
So Elvis had been constipated for about a month, but it was due to all the drug usage, and he did die on the toilet.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome, Sean.
Hey, Adam. Praying for you guys.
Okay. J Pineapples is making me want pickled okra.
Let the pickle do whatever it leads you to do.
John says, I wonder how the flower would look at a 1-1 crop.
That's square, Sandy.
Okay.
So I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
So wait, is 1-1 crop the same thing as like macro?
No, 1-to-1 is square. So you can use 1-to-1. So as far as like macro and then focusing, that's what macro means. But when you're talking about the crop, 1-to-1 is square.
Cool. Okay, because I had wanted to crop it, but I didn't know like what size would be.
So here, let me give you a little tip on cropping. Crop ever how the hell you want.
Okay.
So there are going to be rules. There are going to be people that come at you and say, that's not a good rule. You don't crop here. And I always tell people, just crop wherever the hell you want. It's your picture. It's your art. Just if
crop
you feel like it is being one.
No, here.
If you want it square, they crop it square. People always try to give me grief, and I'm just like, I'm going to crop wherever the hell I want. So, so I pass that on to every student I teach. I'm like, don't listen to anybody. The only problem with cropping is if you crop too small, if you go to print it, it'll look like crap. So that's really the big thing that you have to worry about. But most of the time we're viewing on digital formats, so you can crop ever how you feel like it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's some purists that say, I never crop. I always crop in camera. And I'm just like, whatever, man. I don't care.
I'd be like, bruh. I just get lucky to point and click. Okay,
right, exactly.
Crop in camera.
I'm just like, calm down, man. Calm down. It's fine. It's fine.
Simmer down, man.
CPJ says, I had Madeline take a marketing pic of me of my shirt. Y'all, it went around boutiques because they stole it. I feel like Marilyn for a hot minute. No
I saw that picture. It was pretty good.
Is it the
Golden Girls one?
She did so good with that picture.
She really did.
You little model.
So was that half you and half Maddie, or was that all Maddie? Because whoever was responsible for that picture right there.
John says, I break all the rules of photography. Hey,
he does break a lot of rules. Yeah, he does break a lot of rules. But I tell people, it's like, you can break the rules all you want. If you can recreate it and people love it, then it doesn't matter. The rules are just there. They're more, I call them more like guidelines than really rules. And so it annoys me because in these photography forums, if you join them, there's always those guys. You're not supposed to crop there. You're not supposed to do this. That. I'm just like, shut up.
How they like again? My thing cut out.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you don't crop there. You don't light like this. You don't pose them this way. And I'm just like, yeah, just shut up. Just
be quiet.
What's the word I'm looking for? Piss off.
Mind your damn.
Right, exactly. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's a rough world out there, especially if you're posting on Facebook and stuff like that. So I just tell people, it's like, just blow them off, and if you like it and your clients like it, and then that's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
So listen up real quick. I want to give a shout out here because it's just on my heart. So Adam popped in earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but Adam Kimberly Hatley. He's the guy I used to go to Monterey with. Anyway, I've been following his daughter's journey for some years now. His daughter has a brain tumor, and they're always checking on her, and we get the updates on her website. And I've helped raise money to send to them from our church and different things like that, and donate. But he just released a note this past week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, actually, that his wife was just diagnosed with breast cancer. And so if you guys can just send some good vibes and prayers up for them. He's been a pastor for many years. They've been moving back and forth between Lubbock and where the Children's Hospital is down, I think Dallas, Fort Worth area maybe even. And
Cooks,
so
if they're at Cooks.
I think anyway, so like I just wanted to point out there. I rarely see him comment in the comments, so when he watches, I'm not sure if he, you know what I mean? But seeing as he here, just want to make sure to just say, everyone, you know, if you know Adam or his family, I don't know if you know how you can see on Facebook people who are mutual friends and whatnot. If you see him, definitely give him. Oh, there he is. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely send some good love and vibes that way. He put this so beautiful, deep, emotional story about how weak of a man he's been whenever he was dealing with his daughter's initial, diagnosis, right? And how his wife came in and just really was like the supporter, because, as a father seeing his baby girl going through that, it was hard for him to deal with it. But his wife, their baby's mother, she was just super strong. And so he talks about how awesome she's been and all this stuff. And so now for him to have to step in to be, the strength for her, he's talked about how he's weak, but he's totally going to do it and whatnot. And so it was just a very moving, very touching post that he put up. And so anyway, Adam, just letting you know, I've been praying for you and your family.
We said thanks, Jamie. God's got it, and they've been at Cooks. We'll definitely keeping you in our prayers, you guys. My gosh.
Yeah.
True.
How was your time, Joe?
Let me tell you, I probably spent way too much money on me.
We had an episode about this. I think you missed a couple weeks ago, right, Sandy? I think Janine was on here.
Yeah, no, we had a great Christmas. It was good. I got everything that I wanted, and then I was like, you know what? I want more stuff.
Treat yourself.
So I was like, I'm going to get me some more stuff. Well, and it's not really. So I ordered something a long time ago. I pre-ordered something, so it came in right after Christmas. So it felt like more Christmas. So
you needed accessories.
Yeah. So Sandy got a new camera. I got a new camera.
You did.
And so I got the next step up from my original camera, because my old one it's like 3 or 4 years old now. So I
should have waited. I could have had your hand-me-down.
Right. Yeah. So I got a new camera. And then I was like, you know what? I want a device where I can, when I take a picture, it'll show up on that device and people can see it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
And so I got an iPad Mini, and I was like, but I need a way for it to navigate to that. So I got this other piece. It's called a Cam Ranger, and I couldn't make it work. It was so bad.
Wait a second. Okay, so wait, what are you trying to do? You're trying to mirror your camera.
No, so when I take a picture, usually when I take a picture of somebody, I have to show them the back of my camera.
Right.
Like, so I'm like, hey, so I take this picture of you. Here's the back of my camera. This is what they look like.
Right.
But now I have the ability, I thought, not yet. So now I want it to work on my iPad. As soon as I take the picture, it jumps over to my iPad, and you can see it. and make it work like that. Well, there's another piece that you need in between these to make them communicate with each other. And I was able to get part of it to work, but I can't get all of it to work. And so it's really annoying. So what I have to do is I have to plug in a cable into my camera that runs to my laptop to make it work. So I was hoping that I could get it working. I've got to email into tech support to try to figure that out. But yeah.
Okay, so I downloaded, of course, expert here. I downloaded this thing called Imaging Edge, and it works as a remote for my camera. Will that show you the picture, but not in the same quality, I guess?
No, it works that way. So you have to have it function with the Sony software, and I don't really want it to function with the Sony software because there's a couple of features that I need that don't work on the Sony software. So technically, I can make it work that way. I just want a little more features in there.
And it more crisp because it's kind of slowish. It's kind of
it's a little slow. Yeah. Okay. So this one, the Cam Ranger is what it's called. It's supposed to be like pretty quick. Whenever I take the picture, they can see it. Yeah. See,
John says he hates his Cam Ranger too.
Right,
why do you hate it, John? I'm curious. So that's interesting that you say that, Joe, because one of the things I was researching last year for food photography was that exact scenario. In the blogs that I was in, I was like, man, a lot of people who are in the restaurants, and when they're doing those, they have one of those, an iPad or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that. And after I started practicing in the house, I was like, yeah, that totally helps out.
Yeah, because you could see it on a bigger screen. So you have it on my laptop. I can have it on my laptop. They can see, and then they're like, oh, can I make an adjustment? Without having you, because usually when you're doing food photography, you're on a tripod. And so you're like holding it still, and you're like, come look at it, and then you're afraid that they're going to knock something over.
So mine, I don't know if you remember, last year or the year before, one of those years, Dr. Pineapples got me the C-clamp one. So that the tripod, it actually bends an arm down so the camera faces down.
Right.
And when you're trying to take that photo, exactly what you're saying. You can't review it because it's up there, and you got to, And so it's like, this sucks. That I figured that held me back a little bit, and so that's why I was trying to figure out how to get the Canon to output to like a tablet or something.
So there's a couple ways to do it. You can actually have a cable. It's called tethering. So you can actually have a cable, but then that's just another cable that's connected to everything. Or you can do the wireless way, which is usually with a Cam Ranger or another device. But there are a couple of different ways. Cam Ranger was probably one of the more recommended ones, and that's why I went with that. But my camera's pretty new. Like, it just released this December.
So it may not be compatible.
So don't have the software up yet.
I'm thinking that they need to do what's called a firmware update on the Cam Ranger to make it work. Yeah, so I'm just like, really? And so it's been fun. But yeah, we got everything we wanted. I finally got the pajamas for my family.
For the family photo, right?
And how was that?
They didn't fit.
We were worried about that. We did worry.
So they didn't fit anyone, so we had to.
Sucks.
I just gave up.
What do you mean? Nobody.
And the thing too is like, you know what I did too. I was like, you know what? I just want my money back. Well, you go in there, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna order the different sizes, and then it says, would you like a refund? Because I guess they know that it's going to be the wrong size for a lot of people, and I was like, "Yeah, I guess take the refund," because they don't even want it back. They don't want you to send it back. They're just like, "Here's a refund." So I'm not even going to try to waste my time sending it back. I'm just going to get a refund. And...
Oh, Amazon. That's how they do it.
Yeah, and
I don't know what their price point thing is.
You got any extra PJs lying around?
Right, exactly. I have some, so you can definitely check it out. But yeah, I was like. And then Kiki, which is one of the ones that voted for green, said, it feels like St. Patrick's Day.
You're like,
you didn't think about that sooner, young lady?
Right. You voted for that color, right?
So live with it. Next year, make sure you get green, okay? Actually, do like multicolor, red, green, blue,
right,
all that, and then make sure she gets
green. We'll try something else, and we'll see what happens. So that's it.
Real quick, what is John saying? Because I want to revisit this topic late this coming year.
So John says, get Capture One and you will be good.
So Capture One is another software, and I actually have it, and it works really awesome. But Capture One for me is like, it's just hard. It's another software. So I know Photoshop, I know Lightroom. I'd have to learn Capture
Okay,
One, and it's
let's
just a
talk
little
about
more
Photoshop.
complicated.
It's not.
Because I just really want to say F that.
And so you have settings here. So he has a higher megapixel camera. It takes forever for the image to load on the iPad. Well, you have to. There's a couple of settings that you can change where you can actually send a lower resolution image to your device, so it'll actually go across faster. So it's a complicated thing, and when it works, it's awesome. But just getting it set up sometimes can be a pain in the butt. And Capture One is good for tethering because, especially for Sony gear, it just works. Like when I do it with Lightroom, I have to do all kinds of different things to make it work. But Tether Tools has a wireless tethering too, so I have that software to make it work with Lightroom because it's a Sony. So yeah, I've gone through. John, I've got all of that. Yes.
Let's talk about this offline though, because I want to talk about it some more. I'm interested. John, if you want to start throwing me messages, we'll.
Like the rest
I'll
of us.
chat.
Yeah,
with you too.
I will. So yeah, it's quite a bit of money there. So
Yeah.
So did you end up getting the boyfriend any jammers?
no, I did not.
Actually, he probably will fit into a set that didn't fit.
Right. Yeah. So and let's talk about like New Year's here. So on New Year's at midnight, I was on the phone with AT&T tech support because our cable wasn't working. I was like, I wanted to see the ball drop, and we couldn't get the local channels. Of course, we couldn't get the local channels because of my cable box was not working. So that was fun. So I had the lady on the phone, and I was like, oh, by the way,
Happy New Year,
Happy New
man."
Year. And she's like, oh, it's been New Year's for 6 hours over here. I'm like,
You're not helping. You're not helping.
Where
Literally,
was
in
she
both
at?
ways. In more ways than one, you're not helping.
right. She was in the Philippines, probably. I don't know.
6 hours.
Yeah, she was 6 hours away. So that was fun. And then I tried champagne for the first time. Dude, that is the grossest stuff ever.
That's like the worst time to be trying
it's so funny
champagne.
because,
It's probably got the cheapest one.
So it's
yeah.
funny that you say that because, like, if you ever try champagne cupcakes before, where they have a shot of champagne that's in them, and they're actually pretty good.
Okay, well, I'll take your word on it. But yeah, like
Was
an
it
hour
dry?
later. Like an hour later, Chris was like, the producer was like, hey, we forgot to do our champagne and grapes. Oh, and so this was a new thing. She wanted to do champagne and grapes at New Year's, and I'm like, oh, great. It's New Year's Eve right now. There were no grapes anywhere in town.
Running the family.
So I couldn't find it. No grapes. So I got grape juice. For
11th
the
hour.
kids.
Why didn't y'all
Yes.
call me? I had plenty of grapes.
It's just like, oh my goodness. So
It's funny because the kids were the same way. They were like, "What are we doing for New Year's?" And I was like, "Same thing we do every year, kids. Nothing. Just go sleep." And they're like, "We want to do something." I'm like, "What is the allure?" And they're like, "We want to stay up late. Let's make brownies." And I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay, that's nothing." Like, make some hamburgers. I was like, "Okay, this is all just food. Like, what do you want? Like,
We
what's
want
there
you to
do?"
be busy, Dad.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the other side, right? I'm like, everything you said so far means I'm going to be spending hours
Right.
in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
No.
So anyway, we ended up being VR, board games. We played Connect 4. It was so fun. And then I brought home burgers because instead of cooking, they were like, just bring home burgers. I was like, okay. And by the time we were done with everything, it was 11:30. We all took a break, fell asleep, and I woke up at 12:20. I was like, Happy New Year. But everyone was already asleep too.
That's funny.
So I was like,
That's
I'm
funny.
going right back to bed, guys.
That's
So
funny.
12:30, I was right back in bed.
Jamie, you need to get left, right, center for your family game. Because we have fun with that every year.
We got a ton
We
of games.
do.
So you have to share with me. But let me tell you, my littlest one, the little pineapple in the house, she asked for board games specifically. And let me tell you, she got board games galore. And we, instead of her playing it, Dr. Pineapples and I were playing it. Dr. Pineapples and other family members were playing it. And so we could learn the rules to help her out. Dr. Pineapples and I had some fun playing some of the games on there. It was hilarious. So we'll add one more to the mix. No problem.
Well, so left, right, center. It's not a board game; it's a dice game, and you can win money.
Yeah, that's
We-
oh, I saw you. Was that what y'all were playing?
yeah. That's what I was sending you a Snapchat.
Okay, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. I lost $60. Wait,
Oh,
63 plus 225 because we played 75-cent games, 3 75-cent games, $2 $1 games, and then one $60 game. So
Yeah, I have fun. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll try that out.
There's
I don't
so
know.
much smack talking when
Yeah.
we're playing.
and it's pure luck. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
there is no skill
There's no
whatsoever.
skill.
Yeah.
But we like to act like we got skill. We like to
Yeah,
act
like we did that on purpose. Fool.
Yeah.
Look, can I show you something else real quick? Because I
Yeah.
wanted to show these off. Is that okay? So, I like to show off the comic books that I've been recollecting from my childhood, right? So, I want to share
Oh,
a few.
have you bought some more?
Yes, but let's not let Dr. Pineapple see. So, this is one of my favorite. And
That's
this is
awesome.
cool because, Joe, do you remember what my name was back in laser tag days?
Darkness, yes.
Darkness
Yeah.
5011.
So this is what it's from. That's and then check out this cover. Can you see it?
Spawn.
Okay, yeah.
Can you
It
see
looks
him
like a Santa
acting?
Claus.
Yes. That is
It
the
looks
villain
like
of the comic.
Yoda.
And then finally, oh, you'll like this one, Sandy. Okay, check this out. This one's
Oh,
hard
that
because
makes
it's
Peter tingle.
oil.
I saw that post, Sandy.
What? Makes what?
I said it made my Peter tinkle. My
Well,
kid is like,
whatever floats your boat.
no, okay, so that's off of the movie. I've
What?
never watched Spider-Man. Kate said, Mom, you have to watch Spider-Man. Is it Homecoming? I don't remember. You have to
Whichever
watch
one.
this
What-
Spider-Man before
Okay.
you go to the theater. Because I wanted to take him to the theater, but he said, you have to watch this one. And so Aunt May says, it's your
Oh.
Peter tingles or whatever. So anyway, Kate was like, Mom, this is something like you've never seen before. So I can't remember what the hell he said. And I'm like, I know, it's making my Peter tingle. And he was so mad. He was like, that is cringe. And I never wanted to.
So you are not invited to the
And then
theater.
he's like, I don't even want to watch this movie.
You're like, you're the one who told me.
I was like, that's the best phrase ever. He's like, never say that again, Mother.
Right. Yeah.
So,
So, in the end, though, did you end up going to watch it?
no, like this just happened. Like I was just watching it and then we left to dinner. So I still have to resume
Oh,
it. Yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny.
Anyway.
yeah.
Hit some of those comments.
Yes, we've kind of behind. Okay, so Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? She says, agreed. I don't like champagne. I like sweet wine or hard liquor. I like champagne, and I like to put the little cranberries in there, and they kind of bob up and down. It's so pretty. It's so festive. It's
Oh,
just for Christmas.
Okay.
It's something that people who know how to drink know, Joe.
True that. True. They have prime livers. Anyway, just get J champagne. It's very nice. Not like stinky, bubbly feet. Yeah,
J Champagne.
it's the fancier stuff. Don't get the cheap.
I'm telling you, Joe, we need to figure out how much. We need to figure
Well,
out
I
how to buy
spent
that.
like $26 on it. I thought it was only gonna be like
Yeah,
$10.
well, it's because you got it on emergency purposes at CVS. They charge a little extra for
Oh,
that.
okay. Because I was like, what? I don't know. I just said
You're like
champagne.
$26. I'll take it.
Right.
Sounds
Well,
like
actually, I
the
got to the
same.
checkout and I was like, $26. What?
You didn't even realize, yeah.
Yeah, I was
You're
like,
like,
it'd
we
be
have
like
a
10
coupon
bucks.
for that.
right, exactly. It's like I wanted to pay $10 because I knew we were going to take one drink of it. I was like, or half a drink because I didn't even finish the glass.
You spit it out, yeah.
Ugh, this is gross.
Your tummy
And-
felt a little weird afterwards, didn't it?
It did, and of course it burns all the way down because I don't drink, and then so yeah,
Were
it
you
just
convulsing?
it was.
For that to be your first ever drink is the worst, Joe.
Yeah, it's worse. So
Stick
I'm
with
definitely
me.
not
Okay, though,
drinking
Joe.
again.
It's really
I'm-
okay.
Stick with
There's a
me.
reason you don't drink.
Yeah, I'm
already,
definitely not
so
drinking
this
again.
was
Yeah.
Really an outlier out there.
So John says Hennessy and Jameson, both of which I do. And learn to saber the neck of the champagne bottle. Your camera skills will thank you.
Saber the neck
How
of the
can you take a
champagne.
picture
When you-
at the
is
same
it when
time
you
that he
do
sabers
the
it?
when you do the saber and you go like this and it pops the cork?
Yeah, but
Oh.
if you look that up on YouTube, you'll see how not to do it properly.
Yeah.
Huh.
A million
How
times
to not
more
do.
than you
Well, so
actually see it done.
So this is the crazy thing. I've opened like at least 10 bottles of champagne. Because when I shoot Texas Tech seniors, they like to bring the champagne bottles and spray it.
They've
all
already
over.
said don't do that.
Yeah, they've already said don't do that. But
Texas.
they bring the bottle, and I showed them how to open it and pop it and stuff like that. So that I didn't have a problem with. But the taste, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll have to try some different ones, Joe, next time.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Lowell says, hallelujah. What up,
Hallelujah.
Happy New
hopping
Year.
in here.
Happy New Year!
Sean says the old man game. What you talking about?
Which one? Left, right, center? Is that
Oh,
what
LCR.
Oh, LCR is the best. Gabby somehow always takes everybody's money.
She's got that blessing, Momager.
He said, no, thank you, Jamie.
John's laughing at something with me.
And then
Oh.
Lowell says, not the Peter. Hey, Rod, how are you, sir? Happy
Rodimus,
birthday.
Happy
Happy
New Year,
New
brother.
Year.
Buzz.
Just for Sandy.
I'm not sure.
I don't know which one was for me. Maybe not the Peter was just for Sandy.
It's like, how long ago was that?
Guys, it was a really good movie. I am still thinking about that movie like 1,000 times every day because I
So
think
I've
it
heard
was
such
so
good things,
good.
which is why I was like, okay, y'all know Superman is my jam. I'm gonna watch the Spider-Man because Cade was like, Mom,
But-
you like Tom Holland. Cade was like, Mom, you like Tom Holland. Watch it. I was like,
I don't
do
think
like
you're
Tom
going to get
Holland.
the same benefit out of it unless you've seen it from the very first.
Yeah.
When it was that
Spider-Man.
Chris, what's his name? Topher.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire. Yeah.
I think it's still it's a great movie actually.
It's a
You'll
good
just get that
standalone movie,
really
but
more.
if you would appreciate it more if you've seen all those three plus the other three.
Yeah, because
It's
they're
just-
bringing characters from all those movies into this one. So you're getting people who have stories already built out.
There's the guy that was playing in the water, and I'm like, Cade, who's this guy? What's his name? I don't know what his name is.
Playing in the water.
He was fighting the guy in the water that comes out of the water. That's a water man. He's wearing a green thing with like a water helmet.
Help us out in the comments if you can. Please.
What is the movie called? What movie is it? Far From Home? Is it Far From Home?
No Way Home is the last one.
No, okay, so I'm talking about this one
Oh,
recently. Like the
yeah,
the
so she's talking-
2019 one.
She's talking about that elemental piece where there's the fire, there's the earth one, and then the water one at the end.
Oh,
The
I
studios
Oh.
created okay, I'm all
Okay.
like, what is she talking about? But I get it. Now. I'm
Right,
sorry,
right,
Sam.
But who's that character? Like he came out of nowhere.
Not. It's just it's a special.
Oh, I
effects.
see.
Jake, it's
Yeah,
Jake
it's-
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, it's special effects, yeah.
Literally in the movie.
Spoilers.
It's
Spoilers.
Surely I'm the only one watching this 2019 movie. Anyway, I watched Justice League. I rewatched it.
Oh,
Justice
the
League.
director's cut? Did you watch what's his name?
Kate was like, "Watch this one, Mom. It's 6 hours." I'm like,
yeah. I didn't
"Me,
think you
I
had
can barely sit here and watch this one." But anyway, I loved it because I already
yeah.
watched it, but I'm just rewatching it. And then I watched Wonder Woman 1984. I've just been watching old movies. I suppose is what they are.
You've
And
actually
then
been watching movies? That's
yes,
So what do you think about the
Actually had
body
enough time to
swap?
read a whole book.
What do you
this
think
year
about the
already.
body swapping in Wonder Woman 84?
because she was pregnant, right? That was the movie she was pregnant in. She was pregnant in a movie.
No. I'm talking about her love body swapped with another person.
Isn't that Trevor hot though? Let's just take a minute to appreciate. Okay, let me just tell you this. Confession time, okay? I only watch superhero movies because these guys are hot. Okay, there I said it. Okay, I don't watch it for it. What?
Okay, Sandy. Okay, never mind.
Anyway, the body swap was weird. That's pretty cool though. I mean, I liked it. It's alright. That guy though, with that wished he was the rock, the stone. Okay, he's not a very attractive critter.
The Mexican guy?
No,
He's
the
Mexican.
guy that wished he's Mexican. Ah, Dios mío.
He's in the new movie that's coming out with Nicolas Cage. Like, what is it called? The Weight of Excellence and something
And you know
else.
What else I learned? Nicolas Cage is the only person that's ever been in Elvis's room.
Wow.
Because he married Lisa Marie. Is
Yeah.
it Lisa Marie?
Wait,
Mhm.
so did what's his
So
name?
did Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Everybody hit
Elvis
that
must
knob.
have
And
been
they
turning his grave
and they
on that
said it would never that it wouldn't last.
And it lasted what, like 6 months?
I thought it was 2 years.
Holy snikes. That's like eternity in Hollywood time. Anyway, and what about Betty White? Boy, I was depressed.
Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah, that was.
So I've been watching Golden Girls too. I've already watched all of her seasons. So I'm just rewatching them.
You know, I was literally when I texted you, like I had when the alert came on, it was only literally 1 minute. When my phone popped up, I hit it, and the TMZ thing said 1 minute, and I was like, "Oh,
When you sent that to me, because they had just had a hoax like recently about it.
her or
Yes.
just anyone?"
Or,
Oh, okay, I don't remember.
I was
But
reading-
so before that, it was so crazy because the day before, I was reading about her celebration coming up on her birthday, January 17th, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
17th, where they're going to be broadcasting anywhere, and it sounded fun. And I was like, I might watch it. We'll see.
And then John Madden, same. They,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were working.
That kinda
They were
just-
working. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of just went under the radar a little bit. I remember that was in the morning when his was announced, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then hers though, but yeah,
Yeah,
But
they
he was-
said natural causes for her. She's like 99 years old, so. And
Yeah,
then
Still
bless
hard
his
him,
enough
was
sometimes. His was very unexpected as well.
his was unexpected. Yeah.
yeah, but he was older too. He was
He was
like, what?
85.
Yeah, I was about to say I thought 89 or something like that.
Elvis
Yeah.
was 42. Okay, Shaw, forgot that. Still mind-boggling.
Thank you for that
Right.
information.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how old am I? I'm
Oh,
25.
I want to
So I got 17 more years.
point
I
out
mean,
over
just
here
know
real
that
quick,
hit me
'cause
right here.
I know. That's what I was like. Oh, I feel bad for you.
Okay, hold on.
Bad
Let me
for you.
let me catch up on some of these.
Hold on. I
comments.
want to. Okay, go ahead.
Lols, I have not beat you to watch the new spot. I'm still in 2019. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
And I still
She's not even
finished it.
really in 2019. She's only
Yeah, and
that's
she's
her
really
first
not even
story.
in a hurry to see it, from what it sounds like.
No, I mean I feel sorry for my kid. He's like the only little loser that hadn't watched it. My God.
And you know what sucks is the
Awful.
spoilers are heavy right now. Like I can't open my
he's,
phone.
he's
without
not
it.
on the soch. Luckily, he's not on the soch.
But
But if he's on the
I'm just saying
YouTube though,
the
on
news,
even on the
everything.
YouTube, it's on there a lot.
Yes, it's everywhere. That poor kid is going to get spoiled to death, and it's not
Chon's
fair.
popping bottles for me. Thank you, Chon. I
Thanks.
appreciate that. Cynthia says she watched the new Matrix. She wasn't super impressed, and it made her sad because she loves the Matrix.
I know. I watched it too.
So I took a day off early and took Dr. Pineapples to the fancy movie theater here in town
Oh,
to go watch it. And we were
in
just
your
like,
house, your neighbors.
No.
You went to your
In the
neighbors?
actual, come out in the actual theater. Okay, so we went.
Why?
and we
Why
walked
didn't you
out of
just
that
stream
thing. Because Dr. Pineapple. How often does Dr. Pineapples want to go see a movie?
Okay.
And I
okay,
thought
alright.
this would be a great time for just the two of us. So I was like, I'll ditch the kids at home and we'll go out to the theater. And we did. And so it was just time for us. And I always love when I just get time with Dr. Pineapples and myself. So that's my favorite thing.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
So,
but the movie
we
was
did
terrible.
it. Oh my gosh.
What movie is it? What are we talking about?
Oh.
The Matrix
So we got done. We got out. We were kind of like,
Resurrections.
what'd you think about that? And I was like, here's the thing. If you'd have taken the skin of the Matrix off and put some other random movie name and put everything the exact way it was, it would have been an okay romance drama, sci-fi-ish love story. But as the Matrix, it was absolutely terrible. It was just ridiculous. It was dumb, in my opinion. And I get that it was made for a trans group of people, and I'm not knocking that. But because the Wachowski brothers that made the original 3 movies,
They're not
they're
brothers.
no longer the Wachowski brothers. They're the Wachowski sisters.
Sisters.
And so sisters. And so you
All of
definitely
them?
get all
There's
2 of them. Yes,
Oh, I
you
don't know why I
definitely
thought
get
3.
that vibe from the movie. Which again, I'm not dissing it because of that. I'm dissing it because you had 3 movies already that were the Matrix, and this was just some
Cash
way
grab.
over there.
It was just
So-
cash grab.
You could tell it was a love story completely from beginning to end. It just was. It
Yeah.
shouldn't have done it with the Matrix. It shouldn't have done it that
I've
way.
never watched any Matrixes, old or new.
The first one is definitely
first
the
one-
greatest.
It
The
is.
first one is epic, and seeing it in the theater with the THX sound
Was
was
epicer.
more epic.
If you could, I don't know if they didn't. So the week before, they were showing it in the theaters on IMAX for the first time. It had never been released on IMAX.
oh, yeah.
IMAX technology didn't exist back then, so I
Right.
don't know about THX. I'm gonna let you own that one, but
Yeah.
they were releasing it. So if you ever get the chance to watch the Matrix in IMAX, it's worth it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
Nice.
Just the fourth movie was it was like part cash grab, and it was a really nice love story. Don't get me wrong, but
It wasn't a Matrix.
not a Matrix movie.
And they kind of added some things to.
They did they didn't even ask Lawrence Fishburne to return for the movie, but they wrote in Morpheus,
Lawrence
and they made
Fishburne.
it weird. Yeah, and
He
then
was in
even
the
Agent
movie.
Smith. I didn't even hear if they asked him or not to, but Agent Smith is in there, but he's
Like Will Smith?
he's all like millennial now. He's a millennial now, and it's just like what
Close.
is
I
going
mean,
on?
close, Sandy, close.
Okay.
But anyway, watch it. Just don't go in with very high expectations at all.
Yeah, stream it. I would definitely stream it. If you have HBO Max,
Don't
stream
go to a fancy theater and waste your
Do not.
money.
Mm-mm.
Should have
I
gone
won't
to
say I
the
wasted my
neighbors.
money because I got to hang out with Dr. Pineapple, so I like that. That was nice. I love
Y'all
that.
hold hands.
All right, let's go to the next
At least.
Let's
comment.
go to. So CPJ says, so Sandy, Shawshank came on over the weekend. I was sad for you.
It's such a
Yes, such a good movie.
One day I'm going to watch it.
You were in this
One day
movie
this
zone.
year.
You should have just thrown it in there.
Okay, so I did watch Ferris Bueller. I did
Nice.
watch New Year's Eve.
Hadn't you already seen those though?
I rewatched.
Oh my god! It's so easy. It's so sad when you remember Sandy's watch list because it's so small that you're like,
Right.
It's very small. Lowell says, "Oh, never mind. I haven't seen that one either."
Oh my goodness, lols.
Yo, she said 2019 with a strong accent. Sometimes it just slips out. Superhero groupie. Yeah, you'd find me in a superhero. Marvel and DC.
Yeah, it's all over the board. She didn't
Equal
care.
opportunity.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Look at Sean. Sandy, you have a man. And
oh,
And
okay,
it's
because
Sean.
you're okay.
Yeah, he's not a superhero.
or he's not. He didn't rescue me. He said,
Again.
tell her again. Betty White was in the army. Yes. And so was Elvis. He was drafted.
He was
He was
And
drafted,
his
yeah.
mama got sick. And he's like, either you let me go home to see her or I go AWOL. So they let him go home and see her. I'm going to hit y'all with some Elvis facts every time
That's
I
good
get
because they wouldn't let people do that. They didn't let people do that.
Yeah, Lowe's, I didn't know Kobe was in his 40s.
But
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the same as. Never mind. Kobe didn't die of an overdose, right?
No.
No, his was a
Yeah.
helicopter accident.
Helicopter
Okay.
accident.
Jamie, fancy dinner at La Bamba? Did you get the burrito or the sushi?
Both. Why limit yourself? See,
Right. I got sushi rolled up in a burrito.
I know, that's
Duh.
right, Rod said that movie was trash.
He was talking about the Matrix because that popped up on the Matrix talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Millennial Agent Smith.
It
That
really was.
Yeah, really was.
It really was. I
Sandy
don't even remember what movie he
Dufresne.
was in.
Sandy Dufresne. Oh my goodness, that fits
What?
perfectly.
What's
don't know
Dufresne?
what
Why do I
that
remember that?
Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption.
Andy. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that was really good, actually. I
Yeah.
was like, why do I recognize that? Yeah, that's an excellent movie. I wish you'd watch it, Sandy. It's so freaking
What is
good.
it? Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
Shawshank
And
Redemption.
just
Shawshank.
again, because
I
I'm
like
going to
to
get on
say
this
the
train
word.
one more time.
Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption was a movie based off of a book written by none other than Stephen freaking King. So if you didn't know, not only does Stephen King does excellent horror books and movies that have been made from his books, such as The Shining, It, and Christine. I mean, the man has written several great books that are not horror that turn into
He's
movies that are
different,
excellent.
though.
He did Shawshank Redemption, Hearts in Atlantis, Road to Perdition. All those have been freaking great movies, and he's the one who wrote
None
them.
of which I have watched in that list.
So make sure you ask Sandy her opinion on those. She will give you a glowing review of all
I
of
will
them.
spoiler alert it. Okay.
So check it out. You guys, you came through for us last year. We were able to raise quite a bit of movie
Movie money.
quite a bit of money. Yes, he is, Cindy. Quite a bit of money for the Pineapple Project. We want to tell you all thank you. We posted up a final video at the end of the year. Again, we
No. Not we.
I posted up a final
did.
video
Our excellent EP.
for all of us.
I made the video.
And video creator.
I came on and broadcast.
You broadcast my video.
Okay.
I'm not taking any credit for it. So I have some footage of the run that we did, and I need to get something put together with that. But
Oh my gosh, we've not told everybody. Joe went out
Oh, that's
and
right.
was on his scooter and took
Skateboard.
pictures. Oh, he was on his skateboard.
thank you.
I can't even say Hawaii.
That's
Fine,
so
how about
crazy,
you?
Sandy, because that's how my grandmother would say Hawaii, and it just
Okay,
that
so
just
that
brought
came
back
from, that
crazy.
came from Eric's grandma. It is so funny.
Yeah, my grandmother. I was like, oh my goodness, that just brought back a crazy memory.
Yeah, that was her.
Share another
She
piece
said
of good
something, and
news,
she's
but I
like,
might
I
have to
can't
wait
even say
till Wednesday.
Hawaii. And so
Y'all
that's what
want to
we
hear my
always.
other news? And let me know in the
sorry,
comments.
go ahead.
It's PlayStation related though, so let me know. But either way, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying first.
Jacob,
What's
thanks
up,
for
Jacob?
hopping in here.
Man, hey, sorry, brother. Sorry, man. I read the news. Apologize. Or not apologize, but feeling for you, man. You guys still
Condolences.
rock 2021 though, so hang in there, okay?
What?
They're not going to be performing on January 7th and 8th at the
Oh,
venue
that's
that
right.
they
That's
were
right. That's right.
planning to. So
Oh, bummer.
but I'm still getting my fix in of the of the album that Labor 13 dropped, Labor 12 dropped. Sorry, 12 dropped.
I'm giving y'all a
Monster,
bonus track.
and I have been listening to it like crazy still because I think it's such a good. And then when I turn on the rock station here, and I'm like, why is this not playing on here? Why is Mirror Mirror not on here? Like,
Right.
jeez.
Yep,
freaking-
exactly.
Get
anyway.
it together, station.
Rock stations. But like I said, you guys helped us. We raised quite a bit of money. Got about 1,400. Was it 1,400?
13,
1,300.
11.
Oh gosh, you see what happens when we sleep and drink.
When we sleep, drink, and be merry.
Look,
we helped a lot of people. We helped a lot of
He
kids.
gave us a lot of money so that we could make sure a bunch of kids had some gifts under the tree on Christmas morning. So, due to the nature that is, we don't get to reveal any names or exact scenario
No
stories and all that. But
recipients
that's
or anything.
fine. The money's theirs to go to give gifts for the kids. We stocked a room that got used. People were able to take gifts and give them to the kids, and that's exactly what we want. That's what you guys helped us with. So we want to make sure that you hear from us three. Thank you so much for making the Pineapple Project awesome.
You guys
again
are
for
amazing.
2021.
Seriously, it's kind of one of those, like, we start like really slow, and there towards the end, like everything's just rolling together,
builds
going
up,
together,
yeah.
and it builds up, and it was great. It was awesome.
I couldn't believe we raised that much. Honestly, I'll be honest. Just the three of us on this show, I didn't know.
Yeah,
just
that's
was-
how I felt. I'm like, man, we don't have our other shows collaborating or anything like that. And no, it was great. It was such a fun time. I'd reached out to Sean and I said, hey, Sean, I'm going shopping. What's your biggest need? And she said, my teenagers. She said, if you could get me bath sets and makeup sets for my teenagers, that would be great. And so, of course, I had plenty of money. So hit up those teenagers, and the kid, still had money for the kids and stuff. So it was great. It was awesome. I seriously felt like Santa. Kid you not, I had my sled full of stuff.
You had 2 baskets.
Yes, I had 2
baskets full.
baskets. My entire cargo area was full, and it felt so good to deliver
That's
and
awesome.
to take those kids. It's a really good feeling. And
Next year, I would like to get on that because I want to feel like that, Sandy. I want to see if
you want to feel like Santa. Oh, it was such a good feeling.
It has to be. So, but again, thank you everyone for helping us out. Can't wait to see what we can do at the end of this year, but definitely super happy that you came through. So thank you.
Yep.
And you know what? Let me just go ahead and say this. If you have an extra $5, don't wait till Christmas. Just kind of throw it into our little Venmo. You're like, you know what? Let me think of the Pineapple Project. So, if you're feeling charitable, just throw it into the app, and it'll be, we'll just build it up all year long.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That way we don't have to rush at the end.
No, because I'm telling you, I feel nervous. I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to have enough for everybody.
But you know what? People came through, Sandy. You know what I
They
mean?
did.
So in my perspective, it's like we just got to give God props and make sure we're putting it out there, because the worst that we can do is not say anything. Not like what we said, like what CBJ helped us with last year. It's like not use the platform that we're given to say anything. I think that would be the worst thing we could do. And so anything that we get from this to help others out.
I was Sandy Claus.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
That was good.
Awesome.
That was good.
Yes. So I was so happy. We had, I mean, people in the last minute still were giving money, so it was fantastic. You guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this other story real quick because it was super important.
Okay.
It's nothing related to anything. It's very selfish, but I'm going to take the time because I'm so happy about it. I opened a gift on Christmas morning that I looked at this and I thought, and it was a pack of video games for me to play, but they were all on PlayStation 5, and I was like, And so my wife was like, "Do you like those? Are those good? Are you going to play those?" I was like, "Well, I wanted Miles Morales." I was like, "But yeah, they're great. I just don't have a PS5." So she was like, "What? You don't have it? Let me see. I'm sorry. Let me take those back for you. You don't have to worry about it. Don't worry." I was like, "Okay, that's fine," because that's something totally what she would do. Everyone's done opening their gifts. She sends my eldest pineapple upstairs, comes back down, and I'm like, "What? Go ahead and open this up." It was a freaking PlayStation 5, guys.
Man,
And
Santa was good to you.
Santa
really
hooked
was
it
like
up.
I was in tears and I was
Two
laughing
Oculuses.
uncontrollably. I was over like 15 minutes straight laughing and crying because I was like, "What?"
I believe it.
it. I had no expectation of getting this, no idea that she was going to do this, and she hit it for months. And it's so funny because a friend of ours who works at a GameStop helped us out. But I kept asking him, "Hey, do you have any PlayStation 5s? Hey, do you have any PlayStation 5s?" Nope. Those are in the big cities, not here, not us. And it was just like, so on Christmas Day, he told me, he said, "Merry Christmas." He goes, "Yeah, I've been helping your wife trying to get that for you for a while, and I just couldn't tell you."
So
And I was like,
That's pretty cool.
"What?" So I have been enjoying it. Let me tell you though, I took some games back today. I went to get 3 new games. And it was all paid for already because of the exchanges that I had to do, plus the deal that they were giving. I had a gift card that they gave back when you bought it. It was $100 gift card. It was insane. You get 3 games, $100. I was just like, what? So I have 3 brand new games ready to play. 2 of them are pre-ordered. I won't get them until February, but let me just tell you.
That last comment's pretty funny too. That Jacob, he's been posting a lot of these.
Yeah, that was so crazy. I'm like, you can do that? I was so amazed. He's like, you can ask Sandy. All I do is photograph Spider-Man on mine, and the Daily Bugle doesn't even pay for them.
So I was seeing a couple of Jacob's photos, and he and I were talking today or yesterday on social media because of it, and I was like, dude, it was so exciting. So Jacob, yeah, there was one more I didn't mention, Jacob. It was a Dying Light 2. So I actually pre-ordered it today and paid for it. So I got Dying Light 2 on February 4th or 8th, and then Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West on February 18th. So just FYI, those are the next 2 coming out in February.
So the next season of Cobra Kai just started too, by the way. So
what season is it? 4 or 5? 4. Okay.
Pretty cool.
I had a friend who was mentioning some diss on Daniel's son. He was like, I hadn't seen any of it yet.
You need to watch it.
It's
pretty good.
I'll get to start watching Manifest now. So Daywalker.
Labor 12.
Yes. So Rodimus, you told me to watch Manifest years ago. I couldn't watch it because I don't watch shows in the first year. I have to wait till after the 3rd season's done. And my daughter was just telling me the 3rd season's done and they're bringing 4th season
which one's
back.
that?
It's the one where the plane, they fly off
Oh, okay.
and then they come back, but it's 5 years later.
Oh, yeah.
And so
It was a blip.
It was the blip. It was the blip.
Oh, good call, Sandy.
Wow.
Nice.
You were really
15 minutes and my Peter's tingling.
Oh my gosh.
I can go on more. You know what? We need to wrap up. But
We need to wrap up.
Guys, let me just tell you. We're going to come back Wednesday night. We're going to fill you in on some more stuff that we've been doing over the break. And then after that, actually, we are going to go on our break ourselves. That's much
Speaking
longer.
of breaks, we're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break.
We'll be going on a month.
Season 4, right? I think it'd be time for season 4. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll be out for about 2 months. And then we'll come back to you back in March.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. But so come hang out with us Wednesday night if you want to hear more of what we were watching and doing during the holiday break. Oh gosh.
Hashtag.
And tell us some of your stuff. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay,
Anything else
hold on.
you
Let me do a couple of comments.
Go for it.
So Jacob said it's no big deal, just personal stuff, and we got to do personal stuff first. And
Okay.
Jacob also said call the station and tell them about Labor 12. That way
okay.
you can start circulating.
I'll
CPJ says
definitely
I
do
listened to Jacob on the piano today via FB. Amazing. That is all. Dude. Okay, so Jacob during his concert played that piano, and I was just like, so amazing. Jacob says, CPJ, thank you. It's just what I was feeling today.
Nice.
Daywalker says yes. Oh, and the new season of Witcher.
Oh yeah, I caught up. It's awesome. I'm watching the cartoon about the animated part about Vesemir right now, so it's really cool.
I'm waiting still one more year for that one.
What? That's 3 seasons.
My rule, man. That's what
It's
I do.
3
I'm
seasons.
sorry. Oh, it is? I thought it was just its second season.
You're right. Second season.
He was just trying to get you to start
He
watching
sure
it.
was.
And then you get to season 3
Then I
and you're like,
got
that's
some
not
salt,
even
throw it in his eye, and everything.
Yeah, I meant it's season 2 with a movie in between. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah.
A movie in between?
Yeah, I told you about Vesemir.
Oh, we're making Jacob blush. I was going to say something very inappropriate.
Why are we making him blush?
Because hashtag Peter Tingle.
You were just.
Maybe Jacob can fill and do live music with Lowe's doing commentary while y'all are on break. Ideas for days. That's true.
That's kinda cool.
Nice. That is kind of cool.
Jacob,
Which-
Lulz, if y'all want to do something, y'all let us know.
He
We
said
might
he's
need
about
a
to be
little-
slammed.
Yep, we can't do that.
All right, everyone. So, again, we'll be back Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Shoot us. What are you doing?
He's voguing.
He's doing
He's over there
something, all right.
voguing.
He's something.
I'm like, oh,
Jeez.
dude, this 1080p makes me look really good.
You know
here.
what? When we come back
Oh,
next
crap. My camera
was a
attacked me. Did you
1080.
see that?
Bean chick.
It attacked me.
That was humorous. Jacob says y'all are awesome. Much love. Thanks for the entertainment. Well, thanks for hopping in here.
Thanks for hopping in and join us on Wednesday as we
Yep.
blow this mother out.
And as usual, folks,
Remember to be kind and rewind.
look for and meet new friends.
You
filthy animals.
animals.
Have a good night,
Animales
everybody.
asquerosos.
Toodles. Arrivederci.
Oh my.
You will not believe this. I can't end the show.
Oh my